everyone, and welcome back to Review Station here at Jubilee Road. So in today's episode of Review Station, we will be looking at the all-new Hornby Merchant Navy. And as you can see, this is the unrebuilt Merchant Navy. And as all of you know, it's very rare for a new Southern loco to come to Jubilee Road, so make the most of it. As usual, in my reviews, we will be having a look what we get in the box. We'll have a nice look at the locomotives, looking at the details and the quality and all that kind of stuff. We will then run it around the layout to see the running quality, and then I'll do my conclusion of what I think of the locomotive towards the end. So what do we get in the box? Well, not a lot actually. We obviously got the usual paperwork. We don't spend any time on this. Oiling points, fitting the extra parts and operating manual and all that kind of stuff. So that's not really what we want to look at today. Parts bag, yeah, that's pretty decent amount of stuff. We've got the pipework to go at the front of the loco here. We have some steps, we have some pipes, and I think there's another coupling there to go on the front, which I probably never will fit because it makes the front of the model look a little bit rubbish. So yeah, pretty good detail impact there. And here is the locomotive itself. And wow, what a lovely looking locomotive this really is. And the livery suits the unrebuilt Merchant Navy so well, doesn't it? And there we got the box. You got the usual history on the back if I just turn it around for you quickly. So you can have a little read through that if you get one of these models. So let's go and have a look then closely at the model and see how nice it really is. We'll start at the front of the locomotive first, as always. Yeah, this is a really well-detailed locomotive. So up the front then, we do have the number printed really well, and it's number 35024. We do have other bits of details to look at. You can see what look like white dots. You can see quite a few of them around. They're actually electric lighting. Obviously, they're not operational on this model, but I believe you can do that if you want to put the work in. So yeah, they're simulating headlights there. We've also got sprung metal buffers each side. You can see that. Really nice actually, nice quality feel on them. We do have the realistic coupling in the middle, and then the location holes, you can just see them if you want to fit the extra detail, which I will be doing. Just below that you can see the NEM pocket there, so you can fit the extra coupling if you want to do that. As I said earlier, I'm not going to do that. It just ruins the look at the front of the locomotive. Now if I just zoom in slightly, you'll be able to see the smoke box door dart. Just keep going in a minute, and there it is. It is a nice separately fitted part, so that's really nice as well. Have a look down the side of the model, all looking really rather smart. I always like the wheels on these Southern locomotives. They're very different, aren't they? They're more sort of filled in, say on sort of Great Western and other companies. They just look really smart, and I've always liked them. And Hornby have captured them really, really well. I got all the valve gear is done. Again, it's all metal, all to a really nice high standard as usual. We go a bit further back towards the cab area. You do have steam pipes there, and you have the pony truck underneath the cab area. You got the number again, which is in sort of a more yellowy colour on the side of the cab. Again, printed really well. And then we have the nameplate in the middle. Now, I'm going to slowly zoom in on that nameplate for you so you can get a better look. And there it is. Merchant Navy, and it is East Asiatic Company. Guys, I am so sorry if I got that wrong. I probably did, but I can't really say that properly. Now, it might look that the nameplate is in the wrong place, because if you look here, you got these two, which looks like fixing points for the nameplate to go on. This is not a mistake by Hornby. I've looked at pictures of these real locomotives, and this is how it is. I'm not sure why they didn't put the nameplate here. I think it would make the loco look a bit more symmetrical, would you say, or a little bit smarter, but I'm not sure. I'm sure someone knows the reason why they didn't bother doing that. I'm not sure. We do have then the lining down the side of the locomotive, the white lining. Again, perfectly done, no blemishes, it's all nice and tidy, the edges are done, there's no paint runs or nothing like that. It's done to a really high standard. The tender on the locomotive is just as nicely detailed as the locomotive, which you would expect. It's got really quite nice under-frame detail, and I did notice that the brake rigging's pre-fitted on this locomotive. That doesn't always happen with Hornby locomotives. It's like it on the locomotive and the tender itself. So we do have the British Rail logo, again, flawlessly applied, looks really striking and smart. We got the lining which follows on from the locomotive, all done really well. And we do have sort of a black line around the bottom of the tender, which is all done really well. You can see the tender connection just there. We do have a metal connection, and we got that wire you can just see there at the bottom. That's still got the horrible electric plug version on it, which is in the tender. I really hate those, and they're an absolute nightmare if you'll be taking the loco, well, away from the tender every now and again. It's still not a good design. The other manufacturers I know of are going away from that, and that is definitely the way forward. We've also got, you can see the cab doors there, which are pre-fitted. The glazing is good, but if you see here, there's nothing here. It's just all open. Now, I'm guessing it's to simulate the window is open, but to me, that just looks like the window's completely fallen out, and that's exactly what I thought when I first had the model, but it isn't. That's how the picture is on the front of the box. So I'm not too keen on that. I think they should have had the windows more closed or optional. You can open or close them, but that just looks like it's fallen out. But this is a small little problem there. Back of the tender now, and again, really nicely detailed. We got the ladders, both sides will actually look quite fine. They're not too oversized. We got those sort of, well, I keep saying they're white dots, but they're actually simulated lighting. Quite a few of them on the back of the tender, actually. Again, sprung metal buffers. We've got the location hole for extra detail, realistic coupling in the middle, and we got the coupling pre-fitted there at the rear of the locomotive, which it should be. Just thought I'd mention, on this side of the locomotive, you do get a little bit more detail on the other side. You've got some nice intricate pipe work there picked out in the, well, copper colour, which it should be. Again, really nice and fine. It doesn't look oversized. It's really done really well. So we're going to have a look at the cab detail. The cab detail on this locomotive is really rather impressive. And here is that really, really well detailed cab. I am so impressed by this. I think this is one of the nicest detailed cabs I've seen on a Hornby locomotive. You can even just about to make out the needles on the gauges and the text that is on them. Yeah, as you can tell by my voice, I'm so impressed with that. I think this would definitely lend itself to have a crew and a firebox glow, which is possibly what I'm going to do. But again, really, really top work there, Hornby. That's a great detail in that cab area. Everything's picked out as it should be. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take the locomotive over to the layout itself and see how it performs. Here on the main layout then, we are now going to give the locomotive a run back and forth to check how well it performs before sending it around the layout. Currently, this model is DCC ready. You can fit an 8-pin decoder, which is situated towards the rear of the tender. Just consult the paperwork to how you do that and take the body off so you don't break anything. As usual, I've not tested the locomotive at all before doing this, so this is going to be really rather interesting. Just a quick note. The weight on this model is rather good. I still think it could weigh a little bit more because the body is plastic, but other versions, the special editions, do have the die-cast body, and I'm sure they will weigh a lot more than this one. But it's good enough to pull a decent length train round the layout. We're going to go away from the camera as usual and see how good the locomotive runs. I'm going to go and get down to my controller and give it a bit of juice. I'll just slowly turn the controller up and see how we perform. Not bad, that's really rather nice. Yeah, really nice and smooth running locomotive. There is a bit of motor noise, you can probably hear that, but nothing to worry about. Yeah, that really is a nice running locomotive right there. Yeah, no speeding up issues or slowing down or hesitating. That's I'm really quite impressed with that. Just bring it back into shot for you. Yeah, that is really rather nice. Just before I send the locomotive then around Jubilee Road, what do I think? And in conclusion then, I think Hornby have done a really nice job, and I think it's a definite step up from the older southern locomotives. Really done nicely, all the liveries done well, it's really well detailed. The motor seems really powerful and strong and smooth running, so that's really nice there. The nameplate again done really well. It's still bothering me about that window just here. It just looks like it's fallen out, and that's a little annoying. I think they do possibly need to address that. You might not agree with me, but that's my opinion. The price of these locomotives can vary actually. I actually paid 161 for this, which I think is a rather good deal, because they, well, getting on for 200 in some places, so I'm pretty happy with that price. It's still a lot of money, I know that, but it's a good quality locomotive and you won't be disappointed if you buy one. So, would I recommend the locomotive? Yeah, of course I would. If you're into southern, or just want something different on your layout, or you like the British Rail Blue, which I think, as I said, really suits this locomotive, you will definitely not be disappointed when it turns up, and I really think this locomotive is going to be popular, and I would imagine it's going to sell out rather quickly. So if you're thinking about getting one, go out and get it soon as possible. So that is my review on the new Hornby Merchant Navy. Great locomotive, and I gotta give it a 9 out of 10. It's just because of that window. So then, please don't forget the Facebook page. Link will be in the description below. Go over there, you see loads of different pictures. You will see the photo shoot with the locomotive in front of you, and little teasers of what's coming and where I'm going to be out and about and all that kind of stuff. Please leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts on the locomotive, and do you like my style of reviews, or anything I can do different would be lovely to hear from you. So, I'm going to leave you with the sights of the new locomotive running around here at Jubilee Road. I'll be back very soon with loads more railway content for you. Bye everyone!